new update, new Vardo, new weapons, yippee! Yeah, so the new update came out before I could even finish reviewing every weapon from that last one, which is great because this update added nearly 2 times the items and reworked the pickaxe, making this video completely obsolete now, but then they reverted it back and also buffed it a bit, and also they buffed the pike. Yeah, I don't know what's happening right now. There's also more things like the Duchy of Warsaw and the new regiments. However, you know that's not what I'm here for. I'm here for the weapons. They added a lot more weapons this update. So many weapons, in fact, that I probably won't be able to review all of them before another set gets released next update. But hey, I can always dream. Anyways, you know the drill. I held a poll to see which weapon you guys wanted me to review first, and you guys voted for the Navy pistol. Yeah, I'm not really that surprised. It's probably the best new weapon this update, and one of my new favorite guns in the entire game. Hell, I personally think it's nearly as good, if not better than the blunderbuss in certain situations. Okay, I should probably explain myself. And by explain myself, I mean talk about where the weapon works and doesn't for like 12 minutes. Alright, I'm just gonna blaze through the stats real quick. The Navy pistol is a primary weapon for the Seaman that costs 600 francs. It fires 10 pellets that deal 35 damage each, which is 5 more damage than the blunderbuss, which comes out to 350 damage in total. Each pellet has 1 penetration, the gun has a 6.2 second reload time, along with a slightly faster walk speed while reloading. It's accurate up to around 350 studs, knocks you back slightly when you shoot it, and most importantly, it can pistol whip, which stuns 1 zombie at a time for close to 3 seconds and deals 5 damage. It also has a 1.1 second swing time. Amazing. Alright, those are the stats. That was boring. We're done here. Let's just get into how to use it already. Let's start off with the biggest upside that the Navy pistol has over the blunderbuss. Its faster reload speed. The stats page lists that the reload time is 6.2 seconds, which would make it 4.3 seconds faster than the blunderbuss, but this is in fact not true. Reloading the Navy pistol with the console open reveals that the reload actually takes 8 seconds, which is still really quick, still being 2.5 seconds faster than the blunderbuss. However, I do think they should update the stats page in the shop, just so players don't get the wrong idea or anything. Misleading text aside, the faster reload can help in a myriad of situations, mainly with taking out special infected. Enemies like bombers and igniters pose a huge threat to you and your team, especially if you have a decent sapper.
What the f is this piece of shit?
So being able to take them out frequently is a huge upside. Hey, I'm sure your sapper will thank you for it. Speaking of sappers, zappers are especially dangerous, tenfold if you're playing on hardcore mode. And because the Navy pistol is a, shotgun, it packs a pretty heavy punch and can deal upwards of 350 damage assuming all the pellets hit, which is usually enough to kill any zapper you come across in objective mode. But if you need just a bit more damage, then look no further to our good friend, Headshot. Nice. Since each pellet on the Navy pistol deals 35 damage and the headshot multiplier for guns is times 99, you can deal up to a maximum of 34,650 damage, which is more than enough to kill, well, anything. Also, I thought I'd just put this here because why not? My friend Gladys pointed out that if you're under the effects of the bugle, each pellet from the Navy pistol will deal 70 damage, enough to one-shot almost any zombie on objective mode, which is pretty neat. This along with the faster reload makes it a great pick for frontlining, especially when combined with another upside, the faster walk speed while reloading. Normally, you move around 50% slower while reloading, however some guns allow you to move quicker than this, one of them being the Navy pistol, which has a walk speed of 12 studs while reloading. Combined with the faster reload, you can pretty much just do it in front of hordes.
That's not true. Zombies can still catch up and scratch you. Man, this gun to the back of my head is starting to really hurt right now.
Okay, well it's not like you can just walk away from hordes while reloading, because that would be pretty stupid. However, if you want to try and outrun hordes while reloading, here are a few tips. First of all, unequip the Navy pistol right after you see the cartridge get placed into the barrel. When you re-equip the Navy pistol, it'll save it where you last left off. This is called a reload stage, and you probably already know about it. But there are inevitably going to be a few new players watching this video, so I had to mention it at least once. Anyways, after reaching the reload stage, you can unequip the gun to get a bit further away from zombies before re-equipping the gun and finishing the reload. You can use this tactic while kiting if you want to get rid of any special infected that could be hiding within a horde, or if you're just a massive There's also the pistol whip, which you may think is useless considering it only does 5 damage and can only stun 1 zombie per swing. However, I found it to be very useful, especially while, kiting again. Sometimes a few zombies will just be smarter for some reason, and will actually succeed in taking the closest possible path towards the player and not just lagging behind in the giant meat wall. So you can use the pistol whip to help them, you know, conform. The pistol whip is also useful for stunning runners, as if you're using either the hand axe or new boarding axe, the small hitbox can sometimes make it difficult to effectively kill them. Because the Shov's hitbox is bigger and lingers for longer, it makes it much easier for you to take them out without having to call for help a second later. There's also one more very niche situation where the Shove can do, well, something I guess. If you shove a runner and then a priest melees it with a stake, or vice versa, you can hit a pretty fun combo on it, which feels pretty awesome to pull off, though you'll probably never see it happen. It's also just really cool to combo singular zombies with it, even though it isn't that practical. The Navy Pistol's upsides also make it very good on objective maps, as you'll almost always be on the move. The faster reload and high damage allows you to nearly always have a powerful backup shot to clear small hordes, and the faster walk speed while reloading helps you escape if you're kiting zombies ahead of your team. The only situation where the Navy Pistol is objectively worse than the blunderbuss on objective mode is during holdout sections, as you can only kill up to 20 zombies in a single shot compared to the blunderbuss's massive 60. And while the Navy Pistol may reload 2.5 seconds faster, that doesn't really make up for the loss in potential kills. Now you could argue that the Navy Pistol's ability to quickly deal with bombers makes up for the potential crowd control of the blunderbuss, which, don't get me wrong, it is a nice upside to have, but becomes a bit inconsistent when we bring this next stat into the equation, its short range. Much like the listed reload speed, this stat saying that the range is 350 studs is, again, a lie. For my estimate, the Navy Pistol can consistently kill zombies up to 125 to 150 studs away, even further if you're lucky, but it's definitely nowhere close to the blunderbuss in terms of range. This makes the Navy Pistol pretty bad for the finale of Copenhagen Catacombs due to how far away the zombie spawns are. However, the classic strategy of just waiting until the zombies get closer before firing is still as effective as always, and on maps like Kalb, San Sebastian, and Leipzig, the downside of the Navy Pistol's short range isn't really an issue at all. And if you're playing Endless, there really aren't many places where the shorter range will actually matter. So honestly, I'd say it still works decently well for most holdout sections, but only really if you want to quickly deal with Special Infected, as the blunderbuss's kill potential will always be higher. I thought I'd add this here just because I can. I played this one match in Tyrolean Village where a few of my friends used the Navy Pistol with a Pfeiffer, and the sheer amount of bullets completely shut down this corridor and carried us to wave 45. Because of the Navy Pistol's fast reload, Navy Pistol volley spam, well, it's a mouthful, is really effective, especially if you have a Pfeiffer. And I know the blunderbuss does this better, probably, but I don't really care. It's almost 1 AM and I want to go to bed. Alright, it's knockback time. You know, that totally useful mechanic that everybody makes full use of every time they use the Navy Pistol. In all seriousness, sort of, you can actually use the knockback for a couple very niche situations, and by a couple, I mean a couple. The first use case is fairly helpful. If you're playing on COD, you can use the self knockback to speed up supply runs, which is something I brought up in the knockgun video. However, unlike the knockgun, the reload speed on the Navy Pistol is, well, actually quick, meaning more boost. You can also use it to boost yourself away from zombies, which sounds pretty stupid, but it's actually pretty useful if you want to reload right after. So if a crowd of zombies ever starts chasing you, try timing a jump so you can launch yourself up to 15 studs in the other direction. Just know that it becomes pretty inconsistent if you're playing with high ping, and for some reason the knockback seems to just not work at all if you have the cold debuff. And yeah, that's literally all the use cases for the knockback that I could think of. If you have another, please let me know in the comments. The only thing I really have left to talk about is hardcore mode, but look, if I go over its uses in hardcore, I'd literally just be repeating myself because, let's face it, normal mode and hardcore mode aren't really that different. Though I will say that the ability to delete any sapper in the game with a single shot is a bit more useful in hardcore because they do 85 damage, but also you're even weaker when holding out because everything has more health. I don't know anymore, man. Listen, I forgot to mention Pfeiffers like at all in this video, so let me give you a quick rundown. Pfeiffers reduce your reload speed from 8 seconds to 6.4, so try to keep them alive because there's nothing worse than having to reload like the rest of your stinky, filthy subhuman teammate. Alright, the video's almost over, so here are my final thoughts. The Navy Pistol is amazing if you want to play more aggressively, largely due to that faster reload and decent damage. Want to kite hordes? You can do that. Want to quickly pick off bombers and igniters? No problem. Want to one-shot any zapper in the game because they're annoying and keep catching your teammates off guard? Piece of cake. Want to effectively hold off hundreds of zombies coming down a choke point? The Navy Pistol struggles against large hordes due to its low penetration compared to the blunderbuss, and against zombies that are further away due to its poor accuracy. And you know, I can live with that. All in all, and I know this sounds a bit corny, it's the carbine but for seamen, and I highly recommend it. I give it a 9 out of 10, right behind the horse artillery pistol because fuck you, nothing's beating that thing anytime soon. Anyways, we're done here. Do you agree with my rating? Probably not, as I'm pretty biased towards the playstyle that this weapon promotes. So how about you voice your opinion in the comments? You'll never be able to yap as much as me, but you can try, and it helps boost this video in the algorithm, so thank you. Anyways, like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you'd be oh so very, 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 very kind, Join my Discord to hang out with my mentally ill fans and submit art, and also channel memberships. For $1 a month, you can get this badge next to your name, I guess. Listen, I'll add emojis soon or something, I don't know, give me a break. Oh wait. Anyways, this is me, signing out. Goodbye.